Alright guys, this is definitely not the greatest game of the week, nor will the next 2 weeks of Monday Night Football, but at the end of the day, kind of a must-win for both these teams if we're being honest. Anyway though, yeah, let's get this thing going. And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun and Develop. Please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy the Week 11 Monday Nighter. Again, as I'll give you guys all the things you need to know it, as well as my thoughts on who will actually win this game. As y'all can see, the matchup itself is not the greatest. It still should be pretty interesting, though, as the Cowboys, off of a bye week and for their second straight game, will be playing on Monday Night Football. It's a very bizarre schedule for them in that sense. But they have some very big games over the next 3 weeks, as they will be taking on two AFC West opponents and a different team that they have. They're technically, I guess, division-wise, in the race with, I guess. I don't know, guys. The Cowboys aren't in the greatest spot. But nonetheless, they have, let's think about it. What is it? The 16th? When is Thanksgiving? The 27th. They have 3 games in 11 days here. Or no, 3 games in 10 days, actually, which is pretty crazy. But, yeah, we'll see how that affects them. They also, no, if you really think about it, they have 4 games in, what did I say, 17 days, because they have the Thursday Nighter in Week 14. But in that, guys, I did mention in the intro about how, again, the Monday Nighters next 3 weeks aren't the greatest. Again, that is pretty fair to say. Again, you probably won't be happy in the last game before Thanksgiving isn't really that exciting. But, again, we'll get there when we need to. But, again, worth the wait in Week 14. That's all I'll say for that, though. But Cowboys 3-5-1 so far this season. I just said how, again, their last game was on Monday Night Football. They did not play at all well in that one, as it was the first game of the season. They were held under 40 points at home. They were only able to put up 17, in which offensively they were only able to get in the end zone until on one of the last drives of the game. They obviously lost that game 27-17 to the Cardinals, who obviously aren't the greatest team. So Cowboys, in that sense, aren't looking too hot. Obviously, though, their defense really, this entire season has been absolutely abysmal. Last time they were on the road against an AFC West opponent, which again was also the last time they were on the road. They got 44 points to the Broncos. Bo Nix looked like an actual quarterback in that game too. So not looking too hot for the Cowboys, but of course Dak Prescott turning over the football has not helped them either. For the Raiders, though, they're coming at 2-7 on a how many game? Not two. Yeah, they have not been good this year, guys. They've really struggled to build any sort of consistent play. I do think that little stretch where they were, what were they, like 2-5? Yeah. Other than that, again, in between the Chiefs game, separating the Chiefs game, that game against the Jags, and that game against the Titans, really were their only really consistent play of football other than Week 1 against the Patriots, which I'm still shocked they won that game. But Geno Smith obviously been completely abysmal for this team. Last week was probably their worst loss of the season, as they should have won that game against the Broncos. The defense played really well, but obviously that did not occur, as they fell to 2-7, and now are at the risk of falling to 2-8 for the second straight season, which is pretty crazy. The Raiders have had definitely struggles again outside of 2023 in terms of their getting out to a decent 10-game start here. But anyway, this game, as always, for Monday Night Football will be at 8:15 on ESPN, if this loads. Are we going to load? I'm just going to restart this and see how that works. It might just be geek, guys. Let's see. Go to this game. What are we seeing? All you guys need to know is on ESPN, ABC. Again, I think Payne and Eli are on ESPN2. If you have the app, there we go. If you have the app, you can watch it down there too. It's $30 a month, but I mean, I don't know, maybe you want that. NFL Plus as well. Again, that's usual for primetime games, and also ESPN Deportes on Español. I don't know Spanish, so don't again cook my accent. But anyway, Cowboys have not been to Vegas ever. This is their first meeting here. Again, they did play back in 2017 in Oakland, but I don't really care about that game. And they also played back in 2021 on Thanksgiving. That was a classic. Cowboys lost that one to the Raiders. They still had Derek Carr, pretty long time ago, 36-33 in overtime. So again, really good game. But yeah, again, they've never played in Vegas. Again, probably one of the last teams now, if we think about it. So, haven't played each other in a minute here. But, again, as I've talked about with the standings, the Raiders are well on their way to finishing last in the division and getting a top 5 pick or something like that. Well, the Cowboys are technically, again, whatever happens in the Eagles game. Again, I haven't seen that yet. But, again, whatever happens in the Eagles game, there's a chance. I don't know, maybe if they win their next 3 games, they could be 6-5-1. And the Eagles could be, I don't know, something like that, right? I don't even know. But anyway, for the Cowboys, again, offensively, they're pretty much okay. Again, Javonte Williams, there's concerns about him being injured, but he's pretty much okay. Jaden Blue's also there. Is there any update on Miles Sanders? No, I don't even know what happened to him. Whatever. Ryan Flournoy had their touchdown last week. Jalen Tolbert obviously has not had the greatest, really best 2 months, to be honest with you guys. He's kind of stunk. Pickens, obviously, CeeDee Lamb are great, though. Jake Ferguson's at tight end. Hunter Luepke's the fullback. Offensive line's completely healthy. Defensively, Solomon Thomas, who's gotten a lot of pressure recently, is out for this game, which I think is definitely a little bit of concern, considering neither Kenny Clark or Quinn Williams have had their A game in terms of pass rush consistency this season. Obviously, Quinn Williams still has been graded out and has looked like above average pass rusher from the interior. Obviously, he's one of the best interior guys in the entire league, but at the same time, hasn't really been as productive as you might want from him. Donovan Ezeudu, obviously off the edge. Again, he hasn't really had the greatest season. Obviously, again, we're going to say rest in peace to Marshall Neyland because he was a former edge rusher for this team. Jadavian Clowney and Dante Fowler are also there. Fowler, my bad. Linebackers are pretty interesting. Again, is there any update on DeMar Van Overshown? Is he's back? Is he going to play? That's my question. My guess is he'll have a very limited number of snaps. Obviously, he played on Thanksgiving last year. Again, that's when he got injured, if I'm not mistaken, against the Giants. So we'll see what happens there. But again, him being back is huge. He is by far their most talented linebacker. Shamar James has done a good job middle linebacker, though. Kenneth Murray has had one of his better years of his career, which isn't really saying much. Marcus Leofaz has definitely struggled. Damone Clark has been a backup player this season. And obviously, Logan Wilson was the guy they traded for. But he did get benched by the Cincy, so that's not great. Elijah Clark, a free safety, is pretty concerning with Malik Hooker on IR. Marquise Bell will definitely get some looks out there, even though he has been pretty terrible in the open field. But obviously, if Hooker can play with that toe injury, he is questionable for this. That would be huge. Shervon Revels here, he should have definitely a shot to start in the future. I don't know about just yet, though, because he obviously hasn't really been integrated in this defense. What happened to Trayvon Diggs? Did he tear his ACL or something? Deron Bland, though, Kyrie Elam are also there. Oh, it's a concussion. Okay. He was at practice, though. Reddy Stewart, I don't know who this dude is, but he's there. Brandon Aubrey, obviously, Brian Ingram things out there. For the Raiders, though, their injuries are a little bit more... I wouldn't say convoluted, but it's a little bit more complex with them. It's not really a straightforward path because a guy like, where is it? Colin Miller, there's really no, I think, is he out for the season? I forgot if he was. Jackson Powers-Johnson, I know it's not looking great on him. We don't want to crash out here, but what do we got on Colin Miller? Ankle, I don't even know what's up with. We'll see if something happens. And then JPJ, Alex Kappa obviously has had a better year than last year, I will say that. It was already, you just was placed on IR, okay. Genty, though, obviously isn't great this season. Again, we don't need to talk about the receivers. They're pretty much cooked there. They kind of tanked with that. Brock Bowers, though, tight end, is definitely going to be obviously fun to watch. And Michael Mayer, we don't know what's going on with him. Defensively, they're not good, but they're definitely healthy. Jamal Adams, the Will linebackers, definitely enjoyed a pretty fun season so far. Terry Wilson and Malcolm Quince are going to be expected to do a lot this week. Other than that, though, Daniel Carlson, AJ Cole at kicker and punter. And moving over to this game and how good I think it is. Realistically, guys, it's probably one of the worst Monday Nighters of the season. I'm going to still put it in decent, though, because I think there is definitely potential for some points to be scored. Hopefully, the Cowboys don't play like they did last week. Last Monday night. Their last game against the Cardinals or against the Cardinals. Not the Cardinals, the Broncos, because they have been outscored by 3 scores of some sorts in those 2 games. So that's what I'll say there. But yeah, Cowboys, bro, lock in on this, bro. Please don't play that here. Raiders, though, obviously they're not the greatest. Anyway, though, I see this game being competitive. I'm gonna say the Cowboys score not enough points to win this one, though. We'll say this one goes 28-27. I think it'll be some sort of a close game. So 55 total points there. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. And here was again that ending, or really one of the crucial plays from that Cowboys Raiders game. My bad. Back on Thanksgiving in 2021.
Watch Jackson on the near side. Barr was looking at him. Now he goes the other side. Down the field to Zay Jones. That's going to generate another flag on Anthony Brown for the 4th time today. He's flagged for pass interference. And the Raiders are in position with that penalty to win the game. They're in field goal range for sure.
Of all the days, 0 penalties coming in. Anthony Brown 4 today.